The following is an exclusive sports presentation of the RVA Sports Network. We bid you a very pleasant good evening on an almost picture-perfect night for high school football. We are live at Hanover High School as we get set for opening night 2017, opening week part 2. Last night across the river at Meadowbrook as the LC Bird Skyhawks gave new head coach Tony Nicely his first victory, 33-7 the final score there. Tonight we get set for a rivalry that's been dormant for 7 years. For the first time since 2010, the Hanover Hawks take on the Monacan Chiefs, two teams in Class 4 Region B. Monacan looking for their 4th consecutive trip to the postseason. And for the Hanover Hawks, the team trying to rebound after a very disappointing season in 2016, where they finished 2-8. It was their first losing campaign in over a decade, and they missed the playoffs for the first time since only their 3rd season of varsity play, all the way back in 2005. These two teams met in the regular season 4 years in a row from 2007 to 2010. That would encompass the Dean Cheatham era at Hanover, Josh Wells at quarterback for 2 years, and Sam Rogers for 2. And the Hawks went 4 for 4 in that series, last winning on October of 2010, latter part of the regular season, back in the old Division 5 format. They've not met in the playoffs since the reclassification in 2013, even though Monacan has made the playoffs each of the last 3 years. Monacan falling to Dinwiddie last year in the postseason. And again, Hanover missing out on postseason play and looking to get back in 2017. So glad you're with us live across the RVA Sports Network, wherever you may be joining us tonight. Rob Witham along with you. So glad to have you with us as we get set for high school football, part 2 of opening week of 2017, and the second of 3 live exclusive YouTube channel online only broadcasts as we'll get set to rejoin WHAN Radio for our 16th year of high school football Friday nights a week from tonight, when we'll be live at Caroline High School for the first game of the Keith Braxton era at Patrick Henry, as the new head coach will lead the Patriots up north on 301 to take on the Cavaliers of Caroline, who have a familiar name when it comes to Hanover history. Josh Just, the longtime head coach of Hanover, as you know, left after the 2012 season, became an administrator in Caroline County. He is serving as their defensive coordinator this year. So it'll be good to see Coach Just again on the sidelines next Friday night, albeit on the opposite side if you're a Patrick Henry fan. Derek Stout took over for him in 2013, and he begins tonight his 5th season on the sidelines as head coach of Hanover, and he's now the elder statesman of Hanover County high school football coaches, which is kind of hard to believe. We've had that much turnover in the last half decade. Coach Stout starting in 2013. Of course, Ryan Turnage taking over at Lee Davis in 2014. Matt Gray moving over to Atlee from Randolph-Macon last year, and it'll be Keith Braxton kicking off his era at Patrick Henry next week, after the 3-year reign of Brian Davis. Ahead of us here, top of the hour, Hanover taking on the Chiefs of Monacan with a quarterback, Sy Fludd, who is beginning his 4th year at the helm. He started as a freshman. He started as a sophomore. He got Monacan all the way till, if you'll recall, a few years ago, that heartbreaking state semifinal loss against Lake Taylor when they thought they had won the game on a blocked field goal attempt. But the ball was live. Lake Taylor picked it up and ran it in for the touchdown that sealed a trip to the state final and ended Monacan's dreams of what was at that time a very much a Cinderella season. There's no more Cinderella surrounding this team. It is senior laden. It is experienced, and head coach Jim Henderson is ready to take his Chiefs back to the 4 playoffs and this year go much further than they did in 2014, 15, and 16. They don't want anything less than a trip to Zabel Stadium at the College of William and Mary on Saturday, December 9th. Back in just a moment, more pregame on the way here on the Game of the Week from the RVA Sports Network. Back in a second. We're back live with you here on the RVA Sports Network, getting set for tonight's game. Hanover, Monacan, here at the top of the hour. One of several Week 1 matchups of interest tonight. Of course, none bigger than the one at Kreider Stadium, getting set to kick off top of the hour. It is Hermitage Highland Springs' third consecutive year that they have met each other to begin the regular season. 2 years ago, Hermitage won at Highland Springs. The Springers avenged that game with a last-second win in the state quarterfinal en route to their first championship in 54 years. Last year, Highland Springs won at Hermitage in the opener. They did not meet in the postseason, and the Springers went to back-to-back championships. The Springers were senior-laden last year. They start a whole new crew of people, but they are talented, they are athletic, and they are fast. But Hermitage has 7 defensive starters back from last year's team, a quarterback now with playoff experience from last year, and they are always dangerous under head coach Patrick Kane. Kreider Stadium up in the press box, and we'll be getting updates throughout the night, and we'll keep you updated with real-time updates here on the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard here on the Game of the Week, as well as on Twitter at Henrico Sports. Here come the 2017 Hanover Hawks for the first time this season. Again, trying to erase the memory of the 2-8 campaign of 2016 as the 4 captains meet the 4 Monacan captains at midfield, and we'll get set for the coin toss in a moment. Injury note, Jack Chenault, who was banged up in the Goochland scrimmage 2 Friday nights ago here on this field, is not dressed, will not play. He is the number 1 wideout for these Hanover Hawks. He is expected to be back in action in 2 weeks. Hanover has a bye next week, and then they travel to Massaponax 2 weeks from tonight. No major injury issues that we are aware of for the Chiefs of Monacan, who have yet to take the field. They're waiting for the coin toss to finish up. Other games tonight, Mills Godwin opens at Clover Hill. Midlothian is at Douglas Freeman. Denby is at Dinwiddie as the Generals launch another shot at winning a Class 4 state title. Huguenot hosting Booker T. Washington. It'll be Caroline at J.R. Tucker, Cosby at Thomas Dale, TJ and Goochland. IC Norcom is at Hopewell at Merner Stadium. And all those games slated to kick off at the top of the hour. We'll keep you posted on them all night long here on the Game of the Week on the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard, as well as on Twitter across our Twitter network. So Monacan will receive the opening kickoff. And we are ready to go from Hanover High School. So glad you're with us tonight. Again, a reminder, embedded YouTube player available at the top of both HanoverCountySports.net and RVASportsNetwork.com. On RVASportsNetwork.com, you go to the top of the page, you see the latest on the Richmond-Sam Houston State game being postponed due to Hurricane Harvey. Scroll right underneath that, and you'll see the embedded YouTube player. And, of course, we've tweeted out links all day long as to how you can listen here on our YouTube channel. And while you're at it, we remind you to subscribe at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. Subscribe. You'll get email and text alerts whenever we go live with a broadcast. We won't spam you. We won't bug you. But we will let you know every time we go live so you never miss another live high school sporting event. And that includes the debut of the new live Friday Night Football podcast, live at 11:35. We go live tonight on YouTube. Just after On the Sidelines on NBC 12, we'll have Twitter polls. A chat room will be open. We'll take your questions. We'll review all the action for tonight. Look ahead to week 2 next weekend. That's live at 11:35, debuting tonight just after On the Sidelines on NBC 12, again at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. John Dustin getting ready to begin his 3rd year of varsity kicking. We'll tee it up at the 40 on the near hash mark. We have hash marks tonight. Hash marks were absent last night at the Meadowbrook game. I like hash marks. Gives me a little better barometer of what I'm looking at. That helps me out a bit. And now that I've turned 50, I can use all the help I can get. Back deep, Hayden Hansen and Isaiah Reeves are ready to accept the kick of John Dustin. Monacan will get the ball first. And the first Hanover County 2017 football game is underway. Kick is high, returnable from the 5. Looking for blockers up the middle, finds 2 to the 25, and then down to the 26-yard line. And Bridie with the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Monacan. So a 21-yard kickoff return. And the Chiefs first down at their 26. Game of the week underway just a couple of minutes prior to the top of the hour. 1st down and 10 for Sy Fludd and company. Bridie in the backfield. They bring a man in motion. They'll hand it to him on the jet sweep, and there is little there. A loss of a couple as several Hawks in on the stop. That was Isaiah Reeves on the carry, and he will be stopped as Allen will get the first hand, and they're going to put it back to the 25-yard line. So a loss of about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. We'll call it 2, and it's 2nd and 12 for the Chiefs. Quick snap, Flood, the handoff to Bridie, hit immediately, falls forward to the line of scrimmage. 49, Trevor Gray on the stop. And that'll make an immediate 3rd down and 12. So 2 running plays, a jet sweep and a handoff right up the gut, yield nothing. And it's 3rd and long, 3 wides to the right for the Chiefs here on this 3rd and 12. Flood will step up, look back over at Coach Henderson, get the call, check the wrist, look to his receivers. 4 wide this time, 1 far, 3 near. Pressure coming. Steps out of the pocket, flips, got a man wide open out of the backfield. 1st down and more. 50, 45, 40. Down inside the Hanover 30. Bridie got open after staying in to block, and nobody picked him up. 1st down, Monacan deep into Hanover territory. Football will be placed at the 30. That is a 45-yard reception. Quickly to the line, 1st down and 10. Pass over the middle, complete, and then dropped. Intended receiver number 8. Jeter. Carson Allen helping out defensively, and it'll be 2nd down. So Flood so far 1 of 2 for 45 big yards. Ironic in that we saw that 45-yard reception last night in the opening drive for Meadowbrook ended in an interception. Flood with all day to throw, finally decides to run, eludes 2 Hawks, then a 3rd, and then flushed out of bounds near 1st down yardage by Michael Wilcox. Looks like he's going to be out at the 21, and if that's the case, he'll be a yard short of the first down, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. At 10-11 to go, first quarter, opening drive of the night. Monacan trying to strike first. Flood from the shotgun rolls to his right. Looks, man, wide open. Complete, first down and more. Inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. And it'll be 1st and goal for Monacan, and they'll waste no time. Javon Jeter with the reception. And it's 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Fake it to Brady, fumble. Flood gets it right back to himself. It pops up, and he's able to fall forward to all the way to the 2. That's being lucky rather than good, as the ball was dropped, but then it came right back into Flood's hands. Forward progression allowed him to get down to the 2. So 2nd and goal from the 2, Monacan threatening. Quick flat pass to Brady, trying to get into the end zone, and he will. No flags. Touchdown, Monacan Chiefs. Corey Brady on the reception from a couple of yards out. And it's now going to be 6-0 with the extra point to come. They'll decide to go for 2 instead. Flood will get the snap, roll to his right. Look, nothing there. He'll try to get to the end zone, throws, has a man in the back of the end zone wide open, and the 2-pointer is good to Patrick Rutsis. But we do have a penalty marker on the field, so the 2 points may not stand. Ineligible receiver downfield against Monacan, and therefore the 2-point try is no good. So 2-point try, no good due to a penalty. 6-0 with 9:38 left here in the first quarter. Big play on that drive. The 45-yard reception on a 3rd down and long. So 3 completions on the drive for Flood. Just like that, it is 6-0 Monacan. From the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard update, touchdown Hopewell, Ronnie Walker, who will make his college a choice official Monday afternoon. First run of the game, pay dirt, 79 yards. Hopewell 7, Norcom nothing, just 19 seconds into the game. Hermitage Highland Springs has yet to kick. They will kick in just a couple of moments. Highland Springs won the coin toss, and we can make it official. And my son Robbie up in the press box at Kreider Stadium, and he says the game is underway. Highland Springs, 2-time defending state champions with, of course, the big early test with the Panthers of Hermitage, trying to get back to the state tournament for the first time since 2011, where they lost in a heartbreaking semifinal on a missed extra point. The year before, they made it all the way to Charlottesville and lost in the state championship game. Hermitage has not won a state championship since 1958. Chiefs have it teed up. Luke Walls to do the honors at the 40, and the Hawks will get their first crack at it offensively for the first time in 2017. Kick is away. It'll be handled near the end zone and then go into the end zone. Eric McLemore couldn't hang on to it, but once it hits the end zone, it's an automatic touchback, and Hanover will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Keep with us on Twitter tonight, wherever you may be. Monacan fans at Chesterfield Sports, Hanover fans at Hanover Sports. Complete coverage of the area on the RVA Sports Net. And we'll keep you posted on things going on throughout the Central region tonight on the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard, here exclusively on the Game of the Week. And we welcome Virginia Farm Bureau to our Game of the Week coverage on WHAN Radio and the RVA Sports Network. 1st down and 10 for the Hawks of Hanover. Handoff across to the 25-yard line. Eric Rankin with the first carry. And he'll grab 5 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down and 5 as Tyler Elrod, the junior, gets the start at quarterback for Hanover. Monacan showing blitz. They're able to pick up Elrod at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward for 1.5 yards for Rankin, I should say. And it's going to be 3rd down. We'll call it about 3. He got about 2 to the 27. So first 3rd down situation here for Elrod out of the pistol formation. Elrod will now go, Rankin will go beside him. Elrod rolling to his right, looking to pass, throws it complete, but well short of the 1st down. Completion to 88, Candler falls, but Falls was not even back to the line of scrimmage, and he got hit. He fell forward for no gain, and it will be 4th down. So 3 and out for the Hawks in their first offensive series. .805 clock running, quarter number 1. Snap is good. The punt is very well. High end over end. Fair catch called for and received at the 38-yard line. And that's Reeves on the fair catch. And a 1st down for Monacan at about the 37.5-yard line. Going to be a track meet down at Murner Field tonight. Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard update. IC Norcom answers in 30 seconds. Got a touchdown of their own. They miss the point after. It's 7-6 Hopewell. They're not even a minute into the game yet. 1st down for Flood from the 37.5. Quick slant complete to Reeves to midfield. Eludes 1 man, a 2nd man, and goes down at the Hanover 42-yard line. 20 yards on the completion to Reeves. And Sy Fludd is in mid-season form. 4 of 5 early for 71 yards and the touchdown on the opening drive. First down, and a penalty marker comes in, and that'll stop the play prematurely. And we'll wait the official signal against the Chiefs. So first penalty of the night goes against Monacan, and it'll make it a 1st down and 15. From about the 47.5-yard line. The pitch to Bridie, right side, has 1 blocker, can't get around the 2nd, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. So 2nd carry of the night will grab Bridie at maybe 4.5 yards. So it is now 6-0 Highland Springs. They have scored on their opening drive. Flood gets the snap, looks back, developing the screen, passes well over the head of his intended receiver, and incomplete. That's the first time tonight where Flood's touch simply wasn't there, because that was developing very nicely. But incomplete and early on. Sy Fludd is 4 of 6 for 71 yards and the touchdown. 3rd and long. Last time they were in that position, it was a 45-yard strike. Fake the pass to Bridie, looking for the screen other side. Reeves complete, 35, and down near the 34. It'll be a yard or 2 short of the 1st down. Refs coming in saying now make it the 35-yard line. So 8 on the completion, but that is not enough. You're kind of in no man's land here. So I suspect that they're going to go for it here on fourth down, and they do. Fake the handoff to Bridie. Flood will go around right side. He'll get the first down, falling forward to the Hanover 22-yard line. So Flood on the fourth down carry, fakes it to Bridie on the read option, gets down to the 22, and it'll be first down. And we have a Chief down and a penalty marker on the play. Left tackle went flying to the ground. $6:50 to go first quarter. 6-0 Monacan, and the Chiefs looking to drive for more. Dead ball foul, false start against Monacan. So second one on Monacan. 2 5-yarders so far tonight. Hermitage gets their first crack at it tonight, now down 6-0 at their own 27-yard line. 6-0 Highland Springs early at Kreider Stadium. 1st and 15 after the penalty now. Flood in the pistol. Handoff and swallowed up completely. The running back, Michael Wilcox, all over him with a loss back to the 32-yard line. That'll be a loss of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down and 20. After the 5-yard penalty and now the 5-yard loss. 2nd and 20. Blitz coming. Flood, now Wilcox after him. Flood will heave it high toward the back of the end zone. We got a penalty marker on the play. 2 of them come down, and I believe we're going to have interference against Hanover. Timothy Fife was the secondary member involved with Reeves in the back of the end zone, and he played Reeves. He wasn't playing the ball, and you make contact that way, and they're going to call you every time. Interference against Hanover. Now, that would be a 15-yard penalty, but it would not be enough for a first down. As in the NFL, of course, it's from the spot of the foul. That is not the case in high school. So they'll mark it off. It'll help Monacan tremendously, but they will not get a first down because of it. So we replay 2nd down, and suddenly 2nd and 20 becomes 2nd and 5 at the 17-yard line. 6 minutes to go here first quarter. Flood looking left, getting blitzed, and he'll go down. It took a while. 44 Victor Weatherless will get the sack. He had a whole lot of jersey and just could not get him down to the ground. Then finally, he does. That'll be a loss of about 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd down. We'll call it 13. So lots of positives going on right now for Hanover, but the most positive thing that could happen right now is that they could stop them from scoring. On the 3rd down play, blitz coming. Flood out of the pocket. Weatherless after him again. Throws across the field and complete inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. That is Javon Jeter with his 2nd catch of the night. And it will be first down and goal from the 7-yard line. The Chiefs knocking on the door again here with 5:09 to go in the first quarter. Tons of score updates here, friends. We'll get them to you in just a moment. Pitch to Bridie, left side, gets a good block, heads toward the end zone, and he's in. Corey Bridie, touchdown, Monacan Chiefs. Nothing fancy about that. 2nd touchdown of the night for Bridie. We've got exactly 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. They'll go for two again. Or, yes, they will. Flood will take the snap. Quick pass over to the left side. It is complete, and a block gets the Chief into the end zone. Luke Walls, who actually is also the kicker and the punter, runs it in. We do have a penalty marker on the field, and I got to wonder if maybe it's a call, and it is. Illegal procedure against Monacan. Now, false start, it should be backed up, and they should have a second shot at it, as opposed to the ineligible receiver downfield, which negated the penalty, which negated the two-pointer after the first touchdown. Walls go for the extra point. Flood to hold from a little bit further than usual. Low snap, they get it down. Walls' kick is up, and it is good. So Monacan 13, Hanover nothing. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter on the RVA Sports Network High School Football Game of the Week. And a tough start for Hanover, as they're still looking for their first down of the night. Dinwiddie has taken a 14-0 lead early at home on Denby in their opener. They are through one tonight at Clover Hill. Mills Godwin and Clover Hill are scoreless. And Thomas Dale got things going with a safety. And it looks like they have scored again. And they are now up 9-0 on Cosby early on tonight. As Walls has it teed up at the 40, and the Hawks suddenly down 13 with work cut out for them early. Long kick will go into the end zone. That'll be an automatic touchback. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks again at their 20. This is a very young Hanover Hawks team. There are less than 10 seniors listed on the varsity roster. First down from the 20. Elrod looks to pass, and it's behind his intended receiver on the slant, looking for Falls. And it was not even close. Timing there way off. So 2nd down and 10. For Hanover at their 20. Handoff to Elrod. He's hit immediately. Falls forward to the line of scrimmage. A.J. Carragus with the stop, and it will be 3rd down and 10. So far, just nothing's happening here, fans. Tyler Elrod, 5'8", 175 junior. Eric Rankin is a 6'3", 200-pound freshman. He'll line up to the right of Elrod, who will go back to pass, rushed to his left, throws, and well over the head of his intended receiver, Michael Wilcox, incomplete. Elrod is 0 for 3 early on. And it will be 4th down. So not a good start for the offense of Hanover. And you're going to play a team with the firepower of Monacan. You're not able to stop them. You got to match them point for point, and that's not happening early. 13-0 Monacan. Reeves looks like he's back at midfield to accept the punt of Dustin. Looking over towards the coaching staff for something. Now he's set and ready. Good snap. Dustin, wobbly kick this time. It'll take a Hanover bounce, and they'll let it roll. And it'll go down to the 34.5-yard line. So it's Chiefs 13, Hawks nothing. And so far tonight, all Monacan plays at big times. Good to be back with you on a Friday night with high school football. Flood in the pistol on 1st and 10 from the 34. Handoff to Bridie, and he'll get caught behind the line of scrimmage. Justin Hainsworth starts it. Host of Hawks finish it. And a loss for Bridie back to the 29-yard line. That's going to be a loss of about 6. So 2nd down, 16, but this is a situation we've seen multiple times already in this first quarter, and Monacan's been able to handle 2nd and long, 3rd and longs without any problem and move right down the field 2 times for 2 touchdowns. From the 29, Flood in the pocket, very patient, going down the middle, got a man open, Reeves, and it's caught at the 25-yard line of Hanover in double coverage. Reeves grabs it. 6 yards on the reception. And it's 1st down, deep in Hanover territory again. Flood already with 140 yards passing. And we're going to get a timeout as head coach Derek Stout is very unhappy at what just transpired. You get a big play on 1st down, and then you allow a huge play, and Monacan is knocking on the door again. And we'll have a timeout. From the Virginia Farm Bureau, in-game scoreboard. Dinwiddie scores again. Zion Sturdivant doing the honors, and they are rolling on Denby tonight early. They've got 5 minutes to go in the first. Dinwiddie 21 and Denby nothing. Thanks to our buddy Tim Beard, big supporter of Dinwiddie Sports, and also a high school softball umpire for the updates down at Dinwiddie tonight, where I know things sound very, very strange. Longtime voice of Dinwiddie. Been the PA guy for 51 years, retired due to health issues. And time he didn't do a game in Dinwiddie, Lyndon Johnson was president. Out of the timeout, Flood, quick pass, complete, over the middle. Plenty of running room, up the middle, to the 5. Trying to get toward the end zone and will fall either just short or just break the plane. Waiting for the signal. The answer is he's at the 1. So that's a completion of 24. 1st and goal. Bridie dives, breaks the plane. Touchdown. Corey Bridie. Bridie's 2nd touchdown run. And Monacan on the board again. Walls will come in for the point after with Flood to hold. And all Chiefs so far tonight. Much better snap that time. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So Walls is 2 for 2 tonight. And at 2:56 to go in the first quarter, our score is Monacan 20 and Hanover nothing. Monacan has scored 20 in the first 9 minutes and 4 seconds of this game. Another doubleheader next week, online on Thursday night, and then Friday night we begin our 16th season of the Game of the Week on WHAN Radio. And we'll be live in Caroline County a week from tonight. We'll talk more about that coming up at halftime. First quarter done in Chester tonight. Thomasdale 9, Cosby nothing. Knights looking to go 1-0 ahead of their Battle of Chester meeting with L. Seabird, who got the 33-7 win on the Game of the Week last night at Meadowbrook. That game was closer than the final score would indicate. As a teed at the 40, and Hanover will try again offensively. The line drive near the end zone and into the end zone over the head of McLemore for the third straight touchback. And Hanover will try again from the 20. A little extra discussion before the Hawks offense comes onto the field. Probably a little bit of concern on the offensive side of the ball. Suddenly down by 20 and still with 2:56 to go just in the first quarter. First down, fake to Rankin. Elrod will keep it himself. Try to go around right side, and he will be brought down near the line of scrimmage as Adams comes up from his linebacking position, and he will cause a loss of a yard, and it'll make it second down and 11. Again, first time these two teams have met in 7 years. They met in the regular season from 2007 to 2010. Elrod looking to pass. The pocket collapses, and it's a team sack for Monacan, led by Juan Branch, number 22, and 2 or 3 other Chiefs involved as well. And that'll take them all the way back to the 13-yard line. Make it the 12. From the, looks like about the 12-yard line, we have a penalty marker on the field, stopping play as the ball is snapped. Monacan will be called for encroachment. Third down, Elrod in trouble, spins away from one man, and then Martise Phipps finishes the play. And that time, Hanover didn't even go forwards. They went backwards. And it'll be fourth down and 18. And Dustin will have to kick it away, and great field position coming up for Monacan as we approach the final minute of the first quarter. Comes the kick from Dustin. It's low, it's wobbly. It'll take a neutral bounce, and then it hits a Monacan player. It's at midfield, and they're falling for it. We'll see who recovers it at the 49. Player coming down for the Chiefs had no idea the ball was coming. It hit him in the back, and the scrum ensues. And it looks like Monacan is going to get the football and breathe a sigh of relief, and they will. Recovered by the Chiefs near midfield, first down. First update tonight from Huguenot. The Falcons on the board first early against Booker T. Washington. 2 minutes to go in the first. It's a fumble return for a touchdown and a 7-0 Falcons lead. In company, ball at the 49-yard line. About as good of a first quarter as you can ask for if you're Jim Henderson and the Monacan Chiefs with a 20-0 lead. Handoff Brighty going around left side. He will get around one man, absorb a couple of hits, and then finally go out of bounds into Hanover territory at the 47-yard line. He hasn't gained many yards tonight, but he's already got 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving touchdown. Final 41.2 of the quarter. Flood this time from the shotgun. Brady stays in the block. Looking, got a man down the sideline and just overthrows the diving Isaiah Reeves at the Hanover 20. Flood hasn't done much wrong so far tonight, but he put a little too much on that one, and it'll be third down at the 47-yard line, third down and 6. I see Norcom has scored again, and all of a sudden, Hopewell in a fight. End of quarter number 1. It's 12-7. Blue Devils down 5. Ronnie Walker went 79 yards to pay dirt on the first play of the game. After the kickoff, nothing since. Flood will keep it on the read option and get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all as 49 Trevor Gray swipes him up. Nice job there. And it'll be fourth down, about 6.5, final 15 seconds of quarter number 1. Good crowd tonight considering we are still a week and a half away from the official start of school. That's the end of the first quarter. Fans, your score, Monacan 20, Hanover nothing. We'll see what happens on the fourth down play coming up next as our game of the week continues here live and exclusively on the RVA Sports Network. Second quarter underway. It's going to be a fourth down for Monacan at the Hanover 48-yard line, and they are going to go for it. Shy of the 41, so we're looking at essentially a 4th and 7. This one unfolding right in front of our broadcast position here in the press box, high above the football field at Hanover High School on a beautiful Friday night. Romp with them along with you live on the RVA Sports Network. Chiefs will go for it up 20. 3 wide to the far side. Flood back to pass. Only 3 rush. Looking downfield, and pass is incomplete. intended for Bridie. He would have been out of bounds anyway. And Hanover, for the first time, stops them on defense. And the Hawks will take over 1st and 10. It is 20-0, 11:53 left in the first half. And let's see if Elrod and company can get something going. From the 48, first down. Elrod back to pass, screen developing, and the pass is complete, but the receiver, McLemore, is upended as soon as he catches the ball back at the 45-yard line, and that will be a loss of 3 yards. So Elrod has completed 2 passes tonight for a total of -3 yards. To say the team is the offense is struggling would be an understatement. Second down, Elrod to pass again, looks to the far side, got a man complete to the original line of scrimmage and fights to get towards midfield. So that'll be a gain of 5. First positive play pass-wise tonight for Hanover. It'll make it a 3rd and 8 right at the 50. Clock at 10:45 and running. Elrod, blitz coming, sets up a screen, complete, 45, and to the 40-yard line, enough for the Hanover first down. That's Rankin out of the backfield with his first catch of the night. Credit Elrod for not flinching as a host of Chiefs were bearing down on him. He was able to wait for the play to develop, and they got our first down of the night for the Hawks at the Monacan 40. Again, another quick pass. McLemore has it. He needs some blockers. He'll find what he can and fall forward to the 38-yard line, and that's a gain of 2. Down and 8 for Hanover at the Monacan 38 as we approach 10 minutes to go in the half. Elrod looking to pass, gets hit hard as he releases the ball, and it's intercepted. Underthrown, and the Chiefs pick it off. Peterson on the interception. Just when things started to look like they were going positive for the Hawks, Monacan forces that turnover. First down, handoff to Bridie, who's able to cut up the middle after going down right side and is able to fall forward to the 45-yard line. He'll grab about 7 on that play. And what happened there is very simple. When Elrod released the ball, he got nailed by the defensive end, and that forced the pass to become a little wobbly and hang up there a little too long. Was able to come in underneath and pick it off right side. Bridie handed off straight up the gut. Nothing fancy about that. And enough for the first down to get into Hanover territory at the 46-yard line. That's 9 yards for Corey. And the Chiefs are driving again. Flood wants to pass. The pocket collapses. He rolls to his right, finds a man, and it's intercepted. The Hawks get it back. Running down the sideline, all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Tyler McCormick with the interception. Flood trying to just kind of flick it to the safety valve. And Tyler McCormick, Johnny on the spot to get the pick off. And here comes Hanover with the ball at the Monacan 23. .8:49 to the half. Getting the signals. They better hurry up or we're going to have a delay a game. They finally get the play off. Blitz is coming. Screen developing. Rankin catches it and is hit immediately and will lose 2 yards. So early on, a healthy dose of running plays. That didn't seem to work. And now lately, Coach Stout and company seem to be relying on Elrod's arm and some screens and flares. But the Chiefs are just putting so much pressure on the front four that they're having a difficult time, more often than not, getting the play. And a couple of times here lately, when they've caught it, it's been for no yards or less. He finds Rankin this side, gets away from a man, left side, and we get a late penalty flag on the far sideline. That'll stop the clock with 8:04 in the half. And for right now, it's a completed pass near the first down marker, but we wait on the penalty call. It's a personal foul against Monacan. So the pass was complete to the 15. So that was an 8-yard play. Then you're going to tack on the penalty yardage, which should be half the distance to the goal. So first and goal at the 8-yard line. Trying to go around the left side, and Elrod has nothing there. No gain, second and goal. First time tonight, Hanover's been in the red zone, and they're in desperate need of a score to make it a 2-possession game. 7:35 clock running here in the second. Rankin to the right of Elrod in the pistol. Low snap. Elrod keeps it. Nothing there. He'll go down. Again, lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and goal. They're going to actually say Elrod lost a yard there. So third and goal from the 9. An opportunity to take advantage of a good play, followed by a big mistake penalty-wise for Monacan. Rankin to the right of Elrod, who will roll to his right. Blitz is coming. He's got to hurry. Gets it away. Nobody there. Jack Murphy all over him. And Elrod didn't have a prayer. Absolutely nobody picked up Murphy, and he was unabated. And Elrod had to run for his life. So John Dustin will come in. They will put the football down at the 17. It'll be a 27-yard field goal from the left hash mark. Snap is good. The kick is up, and the kick hits the upright and falls into the end zone, but they say it's good. Optically, that might work. I don't know if the law of physics allow it. If the ball ended up in the end zone, it didn't. Or, maybe we just weren't able to see the football landing at the end line. That's possible. I was waiting for them to say no good. But they say it's good. Let's see. Good question. I got my buddy Dave Lawrence from the Mechanicsville Local right beside me. He's like, Coach Henderson's not complaining, and he's absolutely right. So there you go, 20-3. Hawks on the board. .640 to go here in the first half on the game of the week. Well, let's see. First night of the year last year was the night that Dinwiddie was here, and they had a big win. And in that game, Kavon Pope, on a two-point conversion, made one of the greatest catches I've ever seen at the high school level. And tonight we see John Dustin use the right upright to his advantage, and it's able to just trickle in from 27, and it's 20-3 with 6:40 to go. Onside kick attempt by Hanover, and it works. Number 28, Cody Wickham, is able to get down and recover it at the Monacan 49. It has to go 10, and it goes. And the Hawks will get the football after the onside kick. And maybe that is something that the young Hawks can use as a game changer. They got to take advantage of the short field and the opportunity. It'll be 1st and 10, Hanover at the Monacan 49. Elrod looking to pass down the middle. Penalty marker on the play and overthrowing Michael Wilcox at about the 25 or 30-yard line. We've actually got 2 penalty markers. We got one at the line of scrimmage and another in the Hanover sideline with 6 minutes and 34 seconds to go. We've got a hold against Hanover. And I suspect that other penalty marker may have been like a sideline warning of some sort. Holding Hanover. That'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. They'll put it back at the Hanover 41-yard line. From the 41. First down and 20 for Elrod, Rankin and company. Rankin to the right of Elrod. Read option, he'll give it to Rankin. He'll get a yard, maybe 2 to the 43. Rankin's got a long, healthy career ahead of him. We told you earlier he's listed at 6'3" and 200, and he is a freshman. One of almost a dozen freshmen listed on the varsity roster this year. We told you it is a very young Hanover team in 2017. Second down, blitz showing. Elrod in trouble, throws it, looks for his man, Rankin, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. He was out of the pocket, so there should not be an intentional grounding there. And it'll bring up third down. From the 43-yard line, it'll be third down. Scores coming in fast and furious. We'll keep you posted on them in just a moment. Elrod, the quick pass, left side complete to McLemore. He's able to get close to the original line of scrimmage and stopped at the 49-yard line. And so give him about 5.5 on that one, and it'll be fourth down. So they were able to catch the Chiefs napping on the onside kick, but they're not able to convert, do anything with it. The holding penalty on first down hurts a lot. And Dustin will have to come in to kick it away. Dustin's fourth punt of the night, end over end. It'll take a neutral bounce, and they'll down it at the 15-yard line. Chiefs take over, up 20-3 with 5:03 to go here in the first half. Flood and Company coming back up 17. Don't forget all the highlights from all the big games tonight live on the Sidelines with Mark and Matt on Richmond's #1 choice for news, NBC 12. The season premiere of On the Sidelines tonight at 11:15. First down, Flood will pitch it to Bridie, right side, looking to get around the corner, and he can't. Nice individual defensive play there on the far side, and it'll be second down. First halftime score of the night is in. And it is 7-0. Clover Hill leads Mills Godwin at intermission. 9 after the 1-yard gain. Handoff straight up the middle this time, and Bridie breaks 2 tackles. First down to the 25-yard line. Clock stops with 4:12 to go, and they will move the chain, and it's a fresh set of downs for Monacan. First and 10 at the 25. Rolling to his left this time, Flood looking deep downfield. One-on-one coverage, and the pass is just off the fingertips of the intended receiver, Tanner Adams, incomplete. McCormick, who had the interception earlier in one-on-one coverage for Hanover. Highland Springs right now deep in their own territory with 4 minutes to go in the first half, still holding a 9-0 lead on Hermitage, who missed a field goal try just a few minutes ago. 4:01 remaining. It's second down and 10 after the incompletion. Flood, screen, right side, complete, down to the 33-yard line. That's Juan Branch on the reception. And that should be about 8 yards. Third down and 2 upcoming. Referees asking for time at 3:35 as we get a penalty marker. As Monacan trying to run the quick play there on third down. It's going to be false start against Monacan. A break for Hanover. A, it stops things so they can regroup defensively, and B, instead of third and short, it's third and 7. So a little bit of our opportunity to try to stop the Chiefs here. All alone, Flood is in the backfield. Quick pass, complete, 30, breaking a tackle, 35, 40, and a first down for Monacan. That is Arturo Mendoza with his second catch of the night. And it's good for 15 yards. And a first down for Monacan. 3 minutes to go in the half. 20-3 Chiefs. Developing screen this side. Man for Hanover completely misses a tackle. Penalty marker on the field. Monacan weaving and winding their way into Hanover territory, finally brought down at the 34-yard line. That's Adams on the reception, but hold everything as we have a penalty marker back at the 36 that'll stop the clock with 2:46 to go in the half. And the only player back at the original line of scrimmage is Sy Fludd because he knows it's coming back. Holding Monacan. It'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, which will place the football back to the 27-yard line. So we'll do first down again. And I'm not sure that if the crew have got it correct. Yeah, they do. Okay. They're at about the 42 from the 27. It'll be a 1st and 25 for Monacan. Fludd right side rolls, looks, has a man complete across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Jeter gets a 10-yard reception. So the penalty yards are knocked off. Unofficially, we've got Fludd at 197 yards of passing as we approach 2:15 to go in the half. Hanover gets the football in half. Right now down 20-3, trying to keep it that way. Fludd back to pass again, wants to go long, nothing there, got all day. Now he'll throw down the far sideline, got a man open, and it is caught, but out of bounds. Nice adjustment by Isaiah Reeves to catch the football, but he caught it out of bounds, and it's incomplete. That would have been the third tremendous play of the half in the passing game for Monacan. Referees are asking for time, and it's a timeout called by Monacan. Well, for those of you who wondered about Dinwiddie, and they lost Bryce Witt, they lost some other players, falling just short of the state title, how they're going to do this year. Right now, Dinwiddie leads Denby 42-0 in the first half. Dinwiddie's just fine, thank you. And I think we'll have a great barometer about Class 4. Salem have a rematch of last year's state championship in a couple of weeks. Yeah, they put each other on their regular season schedule. Mad props to both schools for doing that. Most schools want to avoid the team that could trip them up, just like Hermitage and Highland Springs do each year. Props here to Hanover. They dropped Dinwiddie, they dropped Hopewell, and they dropped Tucker, but they didn't make it an easy non-district schedule. Again, in 2 weeks, they have to go to Massaponax, who is, again, another threat in Class 5 from the north. And then they'll have Mills Godwin before they go into Capital District play. And certainly Godwin is an upgrade from J.R. Tucker. A very young team, baptism by fire for these Hawks in 2017. Out of the timeout for Monacan, it's 3rd down and long. They got to get just into Hanover territory. Fludd all day to throw. Now flushed out of the pocket. Weatherless after him. He'll take off, and he'll get to the 49-yard line. 13 yards on the run, but he does fall short of the first down. It'll bring up a 4th down, but the clock is running. And now we get a timeout taken by Hanover. They'll have 1 timeout remaining. Halftime at J.R. Tucker, and J.R. Tucker leads Caroline 20-0 from the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard. We hit the top of the hour, and I think I'll just make this official and pretend, so I'm ready for next week. You're listening to WHAN Ashland Richmond and W275BQ Ashland. That'll make us official once an hour when we get back in business on the radio next Friday night. 16th season of Friday Night Football on WHAN. We'll stay here live on the RVA Sports Network as well. You can listen to us next Friday on the TuneIn Radio app and the Next Radio app. Just search 102.9 FM Richmond, and we'll meet you there. Patrick Henry at Caroline. First game for new head coach Keith Braxton. We'll be there for it a week from tonight. More on our Game of the Week broadcast schedule coming up at halftime. Fourth down, Monacan will go for it. They need about 4 yards. Fludd will roll to his right, look, throw, and complete at the Hanover 45-yard line. Jeter with his 4th reception of the half for about 7. And unofficially, Fludd has over 200 yards of passing offense in this first half. As we love to say here on the Game of the Week, our stats are painfully unofficial. From the Hanover 45, 1st and 10, under 120 to go. Fludd, quick pass, complete, reach, right side, gets some blockers, goes out of bounds, just shy of the first down, and a late penalty marker on the play. So clock stops at 1:09. It is a personal foul against Hanover. Usually at the end of the play in a situation like that, it's the defensive team guilty. So Monacan gets the automatic first down on the 15-yard penalty. First down, Fludd looking across the middle, wide open, and misses his man in the end zone, incomplete. Jeter was wide open, and Fludd's pass was behind him. And it'll be second down for Monacan at the Hanover 23-yard line. They hit the half up north. Get an update on James River in a moment. Fludd floats one to the corner of the end zone. A Hawk falls down, but it's overthrown. Intended. The receiver there was Adams. One Hawk fell, and McCormick tried to get back quickly, but in the end, he didn't need to. And it'll be third down and 10 from the 23 with 56.8 seconds to go. Halftime report coming up as soon as we go to the locker rooms. We'll keep you posted on everything going on a very busy first Friday of 2017. Penalty marker, Hanover showing blitz, and they may be guilty of encroachment. Nope, drawn offside. False start, Monacan. So make it third down and 15. As Hermitage has just gotten on the scoreboard for the first time this year. More on that in a second. Fludd, right side, looking for it all, and the pass is that intercepted? Yes, intercepted. What a fantastic play by Eric McLemore. The intended receiver, Reeves, has 3 or 4 inches on him, but McLemore skied in the air and made the pick in the end zone. And Hanover will take over at their 20-yard line. Touchdown Hermitage on a 24-yard run from C.J. Jackson, and they cut the Highland Springs lead to 9-7 with 58 seconds left in the first half. Thanks to my son, Robbie, for that update live from Kreider Stadium. All right, waiting for the offense to come out onto the field. And they have now restarted the time clock, game clock at 49.4. Now they're ready. First down, Elrod looking long. Got a man wide open. Complete at midfield. It's a foot race. Reeves trying to catch him. He won't. Touchdown, Hanover Hawks. Who is that masked man who caught that football? And we're silent because we're honestly still trying to find out who caught that pass. Parker Chenault gets the touchdown. And Dustin will come in. No, not for the point after. They're going to give it to Rankin on a 2-point try, and he is in. Monacan 20, Hanover 11. 37 seconds left here in the first half. Wow. An 80-yard touchdown pass. A 2-point try good. And Monacan's lead is down to 9. With 37 seconds left here in half number 1. Surprise, surprise. From the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard, it is halftime in Chester. Thomas Dale, 23, Cosby, nothing. A lot of people are very high on Manchester in Class 6 this year. They've got to deal with Thomas Dale. And I think next week's Battle of Chester between Thomas Dale and LC Bird, Birds dominated it for a very long time. This could be Thomas Dale's best chance in a long time to finally beat their arch rival. Kickoff will be taken in the end zone. One official said run the clock. Another one on the sideline said nope, he took it in the end zone, so that's an automatic touchback. So from the 20, Monacan has 36.5 seconds to work. We will hear this combination a lot this season, Pope to Pope. Kavan on the receiving end, and Dinwiddie now leads Denby 49-0, and they've still got 4 minutes to go to the half on opening night in Cannon Country. That cannon is busy tonight. It's already, they might run out of cannonballs. 7 times already. From the 20, Flood working. Flare pass to Brighty, complete. He is tackled after about a 5-yard gain, and there's no signal to stop the clock. The clock will continue to run. And now we get time at 24.7. I'm sure we have someone slow to get up. I believe we have someone down on the far side of the field, and the injury timeout has been called. Want to thank @Rico_Hawk on Twitter. He's here somewhere tonight sending us updates on our game. We appreciate that. It doesn't matter if you're at our game of the week or at another game. We love your Twitter updates across our Twitter network. Hyper-local coverage only from the RVA Sports Network. Follow Hanover Sports in Henrico. Follow Henrico Sports in Chesterfield. It's Chesterfield Sports. Officially, it's the letter C, Field Sports. And if you want to follow teams in the city of Richmond, the Tri-Cities, and sports other than high school, surrounding counties, at the RVA Sports Net. While we have just a second, a reminder that our first NBC 12 RVA Sports Network Big 12 High School Football poll will be released this Monday on NBC 12 News. I'll have to check with my buddy Mark Davis as to whether that'll be at 6 or 11 p.m., but we'll keep you posted. Eric McLemore is the Hanover player shaken up on the Monacan sideline. He looks like he's going to be okay. You know, we mentioned last night when one Meadowbrook player went down that, you know, it's August, so therefore a lot of times we see the dreaded plague of cramps because you can just only hydrate yourself so much, especially if you're playing two ways, like someone like McLemore who made that fantastic interception that led to the touchdown a moment ago. It is halftime at Kreider Stadium. Highland Springs 9, Hermitage 7. Uchland is rolling on Thomas Jefferson tonight. It's 35-7. We're endeavoring to find out in what quarter and how much time is remaining. Here, it's 29.7. The officials have asked for about 5 seconds to be placed back on the clock, and they've done that. 20-11 is our score. Monacan with the lead. It'll be 2nd down and 5 as we come out of the injury timeout. Screen pass developing right side, complete. There'll be a 1st down for, that's number 11, coming down the sideline, gets just into Hanover territory at the 47-yard line, and Isaiah Reeves there down to the 47. Clock stops to move the chain at 19.8, and Monacan will ask for timeout. Dave, any idea how long that pass completion was for? 28? Okay, because the scoreboard says the ball was at the 40, and I know that wasn't the case. Monacan's one of those track teams that likes to keep scoreboard operators, well, they give some nightmares. I'll be honest, I'm glad I'm not one. Mad props to people who have to run scoreboards with high-octane Oregon-type offenses. I'm talking to you, Roscoe Johnson, if you're listening tonight. Reeves, 94 yards receiving, 4 receptions. Fludd with 237 yards of passing offense. Second half underway at Clover Hill, and Mills Godwin returns the opening kick for a touchdown, misses the extra point. And on the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard, it is 7-6 Cavaliers, just underway third quarter. Again, Highland Springs 9, Hermitage 7 at the half. Fludd out of the timeout, being chased by Wilcox, gets away from him, buying some time, and then he'll go down. The sack back at the 48-yard line, Caleb Thomas Jones, the sophomore. The big play. A loss of about 6 yards. But you got to credit Wilcox with, they had some sort of a stat. I didn't sack you, but I made it happen, then there would be one tally mark for Wilcox on that play. Completely disrupted what Sy Fludd was trying to do. Timeout, 7 seconds to go to the break. Good group of Chiefs that have come over tonight. Small but vocal student section of the Monacan Maniacs over the way. And the Hawks' Nest looking pretty good for an August 25th, with kids still not having to report back to school for 10 days. They're having a pep rally here at Hanover next Tuesday night, the 29th. A pep rally before the first day of school. That's some school spirit for you. We'll be at Lee Davis next Tuesday night for volleyball, our first look at the boys. We've already had a couple of nice wins early this season. All right, 7 seconds left, 52 yards from pay dirt. Fludd and Monacan up 9. They were up 20 last 11. They're showing blitz. They're bringing 5. Fludd, pass, complete, and Reeves will get out of bounds quickly with just under a second remaining. So Reeves for 13. And barring a defensive penalty, this will be the last play of the first half. Fourth and 3, but it really doesn't matter. From the Hanover 41, final play of the half. Fludd flings it down the far sideline, and the ball is caught out of bounds. Incomplete. And we reach halftime. Well, it threatened to be a blowout, but a big interception and an 80-yard touchdown strike from Elrod to Parker Chenault. And it is 20-11 at the break, and Hanover gets the football to start the second half. 20-11 is our score at intermission. We're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll check the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard for everything going on this busy Week 1 Friday night. That's coming up as the game of the week rolls on the RVA Sports Network. We welcome you back to Hanover High School on the RVA Sports Network High School Football Game of the Week. Live on our YouTube channel tonight. We'll talk about our schedule coming up in just a few moments, but right now let's get you caught up on all the scores here on the Halftime Report. Rob Witham along with you in a game that, well, for a few minutes it looked like it was going to be blowout city. Their offense was just imposing their will on Hanover. They build a 20-0 lead. But Hanover gets a field goal from John Dustin from 27 yards that clanked off the right upright and made it to make it 20-3. Monacan was driving to score again. Eric McLemore with a diving interception in the end zone. And on the very next play, 80-yard touchdown strike from Elrod to Parker Chenault. And that made it 20-11. That's where we stand at the break. Sy Fludd unofficially has 254 yards of passing offense. And he has the touchdown to Bridie to open the scoring. Bridie has 2 scores on the ground. Corey with a nice night. That's what we've got here in front of us on the game of the week. Let's get you caught up across the metro region on the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard. The big one everyone talking about coming into tonight is Highland Springs Hermitage. Highland Springs looking good early. They score early, and then things going after missing a field goal. C.J. Jackson with a 24-yard touchdown run late first half, and it is 9-7. Highland Springs halftime at Kreider. And again, my son Robbie live in the press box, keeping us posted there. Second half underway at Clover Hill. Clover Hill led 7-0, and then Mills Godwin takes the second half kickoff to pay dirt. Bryce Satterwhite with the score. Eagles miss the point after, and it is 7-6 Clover Hill in the third quarter. Dinwiddie is destroying Denby tonight. Just before half, the last update, Dinwiddie 56 and Denby nothing. Huge, huge night for the Pope brothers. Unbelievable. Hopewell and IC Norcom. Ronnie Walker scores from 79 yards out on the first play from scrimmage. Hopewell takes the lead. Norcom scores 18 straight. And then in the waning seconds of the half, Ronnie Walker from 70-plus yards again. Norcom 18, Hopewell 14. There's our score from Murner Field. Halftime in Chester. Thomas Dale 23 and Cosby nothing. Big night for Chris Tyree, the much anticipated and ballyhooed sophomore for the Knights of Thomas Dale, who look to make a big amount of noise in Class 6 Region B. Goochland leading Thomas Jefferson 35-7. We have not received where that game is. It's at halftime. Is it still second quarter? But Goochland, who was here scrimmaging Hanover, we were here for that 2 weeks ago. Off to a big start tonight, looking for another big season in Class 2. Coach Joe Fowler and company. 35-7 leading TJ on opening night. Last check on Huguenot and Booker T. Washington. Been a while since we've heard there. And the score was 7-0 Huguenot. Now, Hanover is the only Hanover County school to be playing tonight. They have officially hit the half now. Just got the report from Dinwiddie. 56-0 Generals at the half. Wow. Up north, James River tonight trailing Riverbend 17-7. But they have opened the second half with an onside kick. And they will get the football against Riverbend, one of the other teams in the new Class 6 Region B. Now, there are only 8 teams in Class 6 Region B, including the 5 Class 6 schools in Chesterfield County, who are Thomas Dale, Cosby. They're playing tonight against each other. Clover Hill playing Mills Godwin. Manchester starts next week. And James River. And because there are only 8 teams in that region, they go into August 25th knowing they're going to make the playoffs. All 8 teams in that region will see postseason action November 10th. The question will be, how do you finish What seed do you get? Do you get a home game? But that's got to be a very weird dichotomy for the head coaches of these teams. You don't have to sit there and go, we're fighting for our playoff lives. And that's, for Cosby a couple of times in the last few years, they literally have had to win their last 2 games just to get into the playoffs. And now that motivational situation is gone. Now it's all season is about seeding. Region B of Class 5, which we lovingly refer to as the region of death. You've got 15 teams in there. 8 will make the postseason, and people already have penciled in Hermitage, Byrd, and Highland Springs as 3 of them. You've had Douglas Freeman, Henrico, Lee Davis being consistently in the postseason the last few years. You've got Meadowbrook and Varina Matoaka, who missed last year, wanting to get back in. Mills Godwin as well. You've got Deep Run, who got in as an 8 seed last year, who wants to return. They'll start their season Thursday night against Atlee. And so, here in 4A, the 2 teams in front of us, Monacan and Hanover, 13 teams in Region B in Class 4. 8 will make the postseason. This game, important, could cost a playoff spot to someone if they finish 4-6 instead of 5-5 in the regular season. So already big implications in this week 1, 10 days before the kids get back to school, with games such as tonight's game, Hermitage Highland Springs, that we're live tweeting at Henrico Sports. And here in Class 4, our game of the week, Monacan 20, Hanover 11 at the half. 2 touchdown runs for Corey Bridie, 1 touchdown reception for Bridie on a short pass from Flood, who again, 248 yards of passing offense, the touchdown, and he did have that interception that led to the Hawks touchdown, 80-yard strike from Elrod to Parker Chenault. Jack Chenault injured in the Goochland scrimmage, leading wideout for the Hawks in terms of returning players. Not playing tonight, is scheduled to return if everything goes well 2 weeks from tonight when Hanover goes on the road against Massaponax next week. Our game of the week schedule looking ahead. Another doubleheader next week, Thursday night, online exclusive on YouTube at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. It will be Mills Godwin hosting Lee Davis. Mills Godwin will already have a game in hand. For Lee Davis, it's their season opener. Was over at practice with Coach Turnage the other day. Very impressed with what I see. Lee Davis, I think, in for another good season. Lee Davis and Mills Godwin next Thursday night. Special start time of 7:15. Kick, an unusual 7:30 kick here north of the river. And we'll be live on the RVA Sports Network on our YouTube channel. Embeddable YouTube players available at RVASportsNetwork.com and HanoverCountySports.net. And then next Friday night, we return to WHAN Radio for our 16th season of high school football. Patrick Henry going to Caroline. It's the new era for Keith Braxton, the new head coach for PH. Part of the staff. He was at practice the other day when we stopped by. Once again, lending his sage knowledge, one of the greatest coaches in the history of Central Region football. And, of course, Braxton played for long back in the early 90s. Part of the teams that led up to the 94 state championship team. We'll go live at 6:30 on 102.9 FM, 1430 AM. We'll be on the TuneIn radio app, the Next radio app, and we'll be live on the RVA Sports Network at RVASportsNetwork.com and HanoverCountySports.net. A million ways to listen live to our game of the week, which begins next Friday at 6:30 with the pregame show on the sidelines, pregame powered by Sheehy Ford of Ashland at SheehyFordAshland.com. We are thrilled to have Sheehy Ford of Ashland back with us as a title sponsor for the 2017 ball season. Mark Davis of NBC 12 and I will sit down and lay out the landscape for that Friday night's action on the pregame show, and then, of course, kickoff at 7 p.m. Later tonight, season premiere of On the Sidelines, exclusively on NBC 12, Richmond's #1 choice for news. Mark Davis, Matt Estridge. Matt will be live at Kreider Stadium with highlights from Herm and Highland Springs. They'll have highlights from our game here tonight and all the big games around the area. On the Sidelines tonight at 11:15, only on NBC 12. And then as soon as they're done, we go live at 11:35 with the live podcast from the RVA Sports Network. We tinkered with this idea twice last year. We liked what we saw, and we've decided to make our Friday night post-football podcast live. Now, we'll still record it, and we'll put it up on our website. You can listen to it at any time. Saturday morning, pop up the podcast, get all the scores from Friday night, the big news, the headlines going into the following week. We'll have them all for you. But if you join us live at 11:35 tonight on our YouTube channel, we'll have live Twitter polls, an interactive chat room. We'll take your questions and more. Looking forward to it. Join me at 11:35 tonight at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. And, of course, we'll tweet a live link to Podcast Live across our Twitter. 20-11 is our score. Monacan with the 9-point lead. Hanover on the 11-point run late in the first half. And the Hawks will get the football to start half number 2. We're going to take one more quick timeout. When we come back, we will be set for second half action. Monacan's lead once 20, shaved to 9. We're back right after this on the RVA Sports Network. Monacan Chiefs are back on the far sideline. The Hanover Hawks coming out momentarily, and the clock is under 40 seconds to go. So it's almost time for second half action here tonight. The RVA Sports Network. Greetings, friends. Rob with them along with you. Great to be back. Last time we had Friday night football on the air was third week in November, week before Thanksgiving, when Patrick Henry's season came to a close in the second round of the old 5A North playoffs against Massaponax. And, of course, we've had a ton of stuff go on between now and then. But we're glad to be back with you on Friday nights. Fast-moving game at Clover Hill. They're going to the fourth quarter already. Clover Hill 7 and Mills Godwin 6. That's Clover Hill 7, Mills Godwin 6. Start of the fourth quarter. Eagles returned the opening kickoff of the second half for a touchdown and missed the extra point. And that is where they stand in Chesterfield. Opening night on Parham Road, J.R. Tucker. They are handling Caroline. 7:54 to go, third quarter. Tucker 27. And Caroline 6. Caroline, of course, hosting Patrick Henry for their season opener next Friday. That's our game of the week next week on WHAN Radio, 102.9 FM, 1430 AM. Here on the RVA Sports Network online. And, of course, you can listen to the game of the week starting next Friday, every Friday night for the rest of the season on both the TuneIn Radio app and the Next Radio app. Just search 102.9 FM Richmond, and we will meet you there. Hawks are back, and they're stretching out. Completely fallen here on the campus of Hanover High School. gives us a second before second half kick. Next week, Lee Davis Mills Godwin. That's an online exclusive here on the RVA Sports Network at 7:15 Thursday night. Again, to WHAN Radio and the RVA Sports Network. We're on the radio and online beginning next Friday night for the rest of the regular season. Patrick Henry at Caroline. September 8th will be at Atlee as Mills Godwin will come in to take on Matt Gray's Raiders. It'll be our first look in the regular season for them. We were at their scrimmage against Midlothian last week. That got cut short due to a storm. That's September 8th. September 15th, it's the return of the Camouflage Bowl between between Deep Run. Where'd that come from? Between Deep Run and Patrick Henry. They had not played in the last 2 years, and I was thrilled to see them back on each other's schedule. That's September 15th, the Camouflage Bowl. If you don't know why it's called that, I'll tell you the story at a later time. September 22nd begins Capital District play, and we'll have Lee Davis hosting Highland Springs. That should be a fantastic game. September 22, and on the 29th of September, we will either be back here for Lee Davis Hanover, or we will be at Atlee for Patrick Henry Atlee. Decision on that prior to the week of the game, and as soon as we make that decision, we'll let you know. Now, the rest of our regular season schedule has not been determined yet. Our October games and, of course, the last week of the regular season, all based on what games have the highest playoff implications. And so we'll have that for you as the season goes on. You can always see the Game of the Week broadcast schedule online at RVASportsNetwork.com and HanoverCountySports.net. RVASportsNetwork.com and HanoverCountySports.net. Two quick updates on the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard before we kick off. Louisa, opening night, doing well, approaching halftime at home, up 26-0 on Cortland. And River Bend has just scored to up their lead on James River to 24-14 midway through the third quarter. Luke Walls is ready to kick it off. Two men back deep for Hanover. They haven't had a return yet tonight. Walls right now 3 for 3 on touchbacks, and he'll try to make it 4 for 4. Second half is underway. This one's going to fall short and returnable from the 10. 15, 20, and then brought down from behind across the 25-yard line. And Hanover will take over there. First down and 10. Kreider Stadium, they're underway second half. Hermitage ball down 9-7 to Highland Springs. So Hanover gets the ball. At the 25. Elrod had a really rough first half until he connected with Parker Chenault for 80 yards and has sparked this Hawk crowd below us. Showing blitz on first down. Elrod eludes it, rolling to his right, got a man open, complete at the 30. McLemore gets rung up there and finally pushed out of bounds after a 5-yard gain. Several Chiefs in on the stop, and it will be second down and 5. Elrod's stats don't look so bad. 10 of 15. Remember, he had a few passes for negative yards early in the first quarter. 114 yards, the touchdown, and an interception. They pick it up. Rankin up the middle. Carries a Chief to the 35 and then stood up there, but that should be enough for a Hanover first down. At the 35, it'll be first down. Make it to 36, forward progression. And first down Hanover on a very important drive here to start the second half. You have the ball. You've scored the last 11 points of the game. You've negated the blowout factor for now, and you want to cut it to a one-possession game. You do that, and mentally, it's an entire different situation than it was here 45 minutes ago in real time. Elrod going to go up the middle, and Martese Phipps is going to grab him. Elrod keeps moving and is able to gain 1 yard to the 37-yard line. And it'll make it 2nd down and 9. As we're 90 seconds into the 3rd quarter here on the Game of the Week. 2nd night of 2. 2 this week, 2 next week. It's an Ernie Banks week. Let's play 2. Elrod out in the flat. Pass complete. Missed tackle. And 88, Candler falls, is able to get down to the 43 before he goes out of bounds. That's a gain of 6 yards. And it will be 3rd down. So 3rd down. Ball rests at the 43-yard line. They got to get to the 46. 3 to go. Monacan front 7 being very aggressive right now. Rankin beside Elrod. Fake it to him. Elrod wants to throw. Got it complete. Now that should be enough for a 1st down. 4 yards to the 47. McLemore on the reception. And Eric did a great job. How many times have you been watching the NFL on Sunday? And they need 7 for a 1st down, and the receiver runs a 6-yard route. That time they needed 3, and McLemore made sure he was at 4. Move the chain. 1st down, Hanover at their own 47. 9:40 to go, 3rd quarter. Down 20-11. Handoff Rankin. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and will get pushed back there. No gain, 2nd and 10. As the interior line of Monacan coming in big time on that play. So 2nd and 10 from the 47. This Hanover team is going to be very interesting this year. Number one, they've got to keep away from the injury bug. They are not big. They are young, as we have mentioned. But there is potential. Pass tipped and incomplete. Trying to develop a screen slant, and Davion Daniels gets a paw on the football. A 3rd down and 10. 3rd down, 10 yards to go for Hanover at 8:56 to go, 3rd quarter. They've officially gone to the half in Louisa. They're up 26-0 on Cortland. 2 more 4 schools, Class 4 Region B, we'll have to keep an eye on throughout the year. Elrod, a roll to his right. Looking, pass, complete. The receiver was hit before the ball got there. That's McLemore. There should have been a penalty flag. There is not, but he got 11, and it's a 1st down for Hanover. A lot of talk about this young man, Eric McLemore. And he's coming up big in this drive. 5'8", 185, and one of the few seniors on this Hanover team. Quickly to the line at the Monacan 42. 1st down, Elrod from the pistol formation. Looks to pass quickly. It's complete. Far side. Good yardage. McLemore breaks 1 tackle. He's inside the 20, approaching the 10-yard line. Oh, the screen worked to perfection for 32 yards and a 1st down. So it is 1st down. We'll see where they place the football. They're going to say the 13. And we have a whistle, and we may have a timeout here. Timeout. Monacan. And the Hanover Hawks are driving and are in the red zone. $8:19 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Got to be honest with you, fans. A lot of people came into tonight thinking Monacan's going to roll here. And early on, it looked like that might have been the script. But Hanover has been very scrappy in the last 8-9 minutes of game action. And it all got started with the interception by McLemore in the end zone where he skied. I mean, McLemore is 5'8". Receiver, the intended receiver, it's got to be 6'2", 6'3". And Eric went high in the air to grab that football. Next play was the 80-yard score, and it's been a different night since that play. Timeout from the 12.5, first down. Elrod rolls to his right, blitz coming, gets it away, and it's almost intercepted by Monacan. Great pursuit by the Chiefs. Biggest success defensively tonight when their front four has wreaked havoc on this young Hanover line, who I will tell you is already much improved from last year. Last year, Hanover struggled mightily on both lines, and that's what caused them to go 2-8. Coach Stout took over those lines coaching-wise in the offseason to make things different, and they've shown marked improvement tonight. And down, Rankin up the middle, bounces off a couple of Chiefs inside the 10-yard line, and then gets stood up near the 9. So a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd and 7. For Hanover. They can get to the 2-yard line and have a 1st and goal. They've got Dustin, who can hit field goals and make it a one-possession game if they do stall. They just don't want a turnover. Elrod, back to pass. Flushed out, looks left, throws, back of the end zone, and it is overthrown. Incomplete. In fact, the Monacan Chief had the best shot at it in the back of the end zone. He would have been out of bounds. So it is 4th down, and now the question is, do you kick the field goal and cut it to 6 points? And the answer is Dustin is in. They'll mark the tee at the 20, and it'll be a 30-yard field goal attempt. Elrod to hold from the far hash mark. It's a 30-yard field goal attempt with 7:25 in the 3rd. Snap is up. It's good. The kick is up, and it's good. Hanover has cut the Monacan lead to 6, 20-14, 7:21 left here in the 3rd. We got a game, fans, here in Class 4 Region B on the game of the week. Quick update to our fans following us tonight on Hanover Sports and Chesterfield Sports. And from the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard, Huguenot now has a 21-0 lead in the 3rd quarter. 21-0 on Booker T. Washington, 4:22 to go in the 3rd. Very quietly, Huguenot has built up some talent, and they may be trouble for a few teams this year. Now, of course, they got to play the gauntlet that is the Dominion District, which includes these Chiefs, LC Bird, and Manchester, but Huguenot might get a couple of wins and surprise some people this year. So Dustin from 30, his 2nd field goal of the night, and it's 20-14 as he'll get set to kick it from the 40. 2 men back deep for Monacan. They'll get the ball for the first time in the 2nd half, up just 6. Drives the kick deep, but it'll be taken at the 1. Up the middle, 10, 15, cutting left side, 20, 25, and Rankin with the nice block out of bounds, and we get a late hit and 2 penalty markers. Holy cow. Oh, a huge mental mistake there. So tack 15 yards on the return after the Just needless personal foul, the late hit out of bounds. And Monacan will take over not at the 30, but at the 45. Monacan with a short field. 7:14, third quarter from their 45, now up just 6. Blitz showing, handoff Bridie. He finds a hole left side, gets into Hanover territory, and will gain 8 yards to the 47-yard line. Parker Chenault helping out on the stop, and it'll be 2nd down and 2. Second down, back to Bridie. Nothing that time. He'll lose 2 yards. Nice defensive pursuit. Victor Weatherless leading the charge to make it a 3rd down. Quickly to the line. On 3rd down, handoff Bridie, and he fights his way to the 45, and he should have just enough for the 1st down. Just enough. Corey Bridie, textbook there. Keep the legs moving. Never stop the legs. 1st down at the Hanover 44. 6:30 to go in the 3rd. Flood back to pass. Screen developing. It's complete. There are blockers downfield for Reeves, and he'll get a 1st down to the Hanover 29-yard line. Catch of the night for Reeves. That one for 15 yards. And a 1st down, Monacan at the Hanover 29. 6:20 to go. 3rd. Three wide receivers to the near side for Flood on 1st down at the Hanover 29. The handoff to Corey Bridie. Up the middle, a yard, and that's all. Hawks stay home that time, do a good job defensively, and it'll be 2nd down and 9. Bridie with 2 touchdown runs tonight and the opening touchdown on the short pass from Flood. Hermitage and Highland Springs still 9-7. Springers with the football at 6:44, clock running, 3rd quarter at Kreider. Here, 2nd and 10 from the 29 at 5:40 to go, 3rd quarter. The pitch, handled by Bridie after a muff. He goes up the middle, finds running room, breaks a tackle, and goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Monacan Chiefs. A 28-yard run. The 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. Pending 26-14. Monacan back up by 12. Taking a while to get the play in, whether they decide to go for 1 or 2, and it looks like for 2 to make it a 14-point game. Flood is ready. They'll bring a man in motion. The 2-point try, rolling to his right. Flood looking corner of the end zone and overthrows Sieber. So the 2-point try, no good. Monacan 26, Hanover 14. 5:28 left here in the 3rd quarter. We have a Monacan Chief down after the conversion try, and the officials have asked for time. Corey Bridie, 3 rushing scores, and the short touchdown pass reception to start things tonight for the Chiefs. Big night for him, big night for Flood. That is the intended receiver, Arturo Mendoza, who is still down, and I think we're looking at a cramp situation there. 5:28 left in the third quarter. And Hanover has seen their 14-point run come to an end. Update tonight from Midlothian and Douglas Freeman on the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard. 46-yard touchdown pass, Ganalook to Witten. And Douglas Freeman's lead cut to 41-21 with 10 minutes left in the game. As you hear the cheerleaders below, they're in mid-season form. Coach Stout gives the special teams final instructions, and we'll get set for the ensuing kickoff. 32-14, River Bend now leads James River up north in Stafford County with a little over a minute to go in the third quarter. So right now in Class 6, Thomasdale leads Cosby big. Manchester doesn't start till next week. Clover Hill down late to Mills Godwin after leading most of the night. And now James River down 18. River Bend also a part of that Class 6 Region B. Colonial Forge in there as well. They've been a thorn in some team sides here the last few years in the Richmond area. The kick from Walls is deep but returnable from the 2-yard line. Up the middle, 15-20, and upended at the 22-yard line. McLemore on the return. Stone Snyder with a nice tackle right up the middle of the field, and Hanover takes over at their 21. 5:24 left as we approach 9 p.m. on this Friday night. A lot of penalties, a lot of pass attempts. That usually equals a long evening. We will not have a postgame show tonight. Our postgame show will debut next Friday night when we join WHAN Radio. Of course, Mark Davis to NBC 12 will join us every week on the postgame show. And we'll have all the scores and updates and talk to the winning coach as well. Every week starting next Friday. First down, quick pass, complete far side for McLemore. First down, and he'll get down to the 37-yard line. And then the officials ask for time, should be to move the chain for the first down. Got to see where they're putting the football. We do have a flag down. Couldn't see it from here. It was on the far side. They're going to call holding against Hanover, and that will negate the nice play. They have gone to the fourth now in Chester. It is Thomasdale 30 and Cosby nothing. Thank you, Cosby Athletics, for the update on Twitter, despite the fact that you don't like the way the score looks. We appreciate that a lot. Low snap to Elrod. Immediately the pocket collapses. He's running for his life, trying to throw, and he's just going to throw it away. Candler Falls was in the general vicinity, but that's it. So second down after the penalty, second and 11. So in the record books, they'll get a 9-yard completion on that first play before the penalty wiped out the rest. Second and 11, 5:09 left, third quarter. Elrod looking far side, flushed out of the pocket, rolling, gets hit and is out of bounds, and he'll lose some yardage. He's going to lose back to about the 20. So a third down and long is coming up. Third down, 14. And here you want to, if you can't get the first down, get a positive play, but for heaven's sakes, don't lose the football. Elrod flushed out of the pocket. Nobody open. He'll throw it, try to get to McLemore, and it goes off of his shoulder pads and incomplete. The Chiefs, and had he been able to haul it in, that might have been enough for a first down, but instead they will have to kick. Touchdown, Hermitage Panthers, and they've got the lead at Kreider for the first time tonight. Hermitage 14 and Highland Springs 9. The punt from Dustin, very high, end over end. It will take a Hanover bounce, and it will die right at midfield. So that was the worst possession for Hanover's offense in quite some time. The holding penalty really put them in a bad position. And Monacan gets the ball back. Time remaining 4:46. Monacan having some personnel issues. One player extremely late coming on the field, and another one thought maybe he should. That would have been 12 players. First down, handed to Bridie. Caught from behind after a gain of 3. Trevor Gray on the stop. And it'll be second down. Second down, Bridie again, up the middle, follows a couple of blockers and falls a yard short of the first down. And it'll be a 3rd down and 1. And we have a Hawk down on the field, and we'll have an injury timeout with 4:02 to go in the third quarter. Hopewell, they're down to 7:38 left at Murner Field, and Norcom is hanging on to an 18-14 lead. Hopewell has high hopes this year in Class 3. But they're in danger of losing their opener at home, down by 4, still 7:38 to play. We mentioned the Hermitage touchdown a moment ago, 14-9 on Highland Springs, 2:51 left third quarter in that game. Wilcox will come up under his own power, another cramping situation. There are no injuries here tonight. Thomas Dale well on their way to a win tonight. Dinwiddie had their game locked up before halftime. Running clock down there. We should get a final on that one soon. They were up 56-0 at the break on Denby. 3rd down and 2 for Monacan at the Hanover 42. Clock restarts, 3:47 and counting, third quarter. 26-14 Chiefs. Flood, handoff. Looking to go around left side is Bridie, and he will. He'll keep his feet going and gets knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets a first down at the Hanover 37-yard line. So first down Hawks at the, first down Chiefs at the Hawks 37-yard line. Got a college men's soccer final just in. Oakland has defeated VCU in men's soccer play tonight, 3-2 in full time. And we have a timeout called for by the defense of Hanover. Timeout Hanover. 3:32 left in the third quarter. with Monacan at the Hawks 37, up 26-14 here on the game of the week. And Hermitage 14, Highland Springs 9, less than 3 minutes left, third quarter. And Highland Springs with the football. And a long way to go at Kreider tonight there. We'll talk about that game, this game, and all the scores and all the news from tonight coming up live at 11:35. The brand new Football Friday podcast of the RVA Sports Network on our YouTube channel coming up tonight. It used to be we do Central Region now. We'd record it, we'd get it downloaded and posted up like at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. We decided to skip that part. We'll still record it and put it up as a podcast that you can listen to anytime. But we're going to go live so you can listen just as soon as On the Sidelines is done on NBC 12. First down, fake the handoff to Bridie. Flood over the left side, spins across the 30, close to first down yardage at the 27.5-yard line. Flood with a nice first down carry. They'll give him 9, and it'll be second down and 1. Ball rests at the 28 of Hanover as Monacan trying to build their lead back to 3 possessions. Bridie, handoff, hit immediately, and goes down for a short loss. Trevor Gray gets the penetration, and a loss of a yard to the 30, and third down a couple. Flood taking his time, calling out the signals, 2 wide to each side. And now they're going to send Bridie out too. Flood, pass, incomplete. It was short. He was looking for Reeves, and Reeves was wide open. Flood just misfired that time. That's a situation where you just kind of look and go, my bad. Dinwiddie has scored again. Should be over soon. It's 63-0. Fourth down and 3 for Monacan at the Hanover 30. Pitch to Bridie. Cuts up. Goes back left side. Flag on the play. He'll get the first down. He'll get inside the 15. But I think that's all coming back. That flag came in extremely early, just before Bridie decided to go left instead of right. Stop the clock, 2:14 to go here in the third quarter. So we await the official signal here on the penalty. $2:14 to go, third quarter. It was a 4th and 3 at the 30. And the penalty is against Monacan. Low block. And that will back them up. First final of the night is in. Mills Godwin defeats Clover Hill tonight 14-7 with 14 unanswered points in the second half. And the Eagles will be 1-0 when they host Lee Davis next Thursday night on a special edition of the Game of the Week here live on the RVA Sports Network. We'll go live at 7:15 next Thursday night. After the penalty mark-off, it's 4th and quite a bit. And they're going to bring Luke Walls in to kick it away and try to pin Hanover back deep. High snap, almost blocked. Short punt, not going to be fielded. Monacan will let it go to the 1, and that's where it will be downed. We have a penalty marker back at the start of the play, and it's possible that Hanover may have either run into or roughed the kicker. The question is, which one is it? They're saying running into the kicker, which is a 5-yard penalty. That is not an automatic first down. The only intrigue now will be whether Coach Henderson is enticed to go for it instead. So they're going to just decline the penalty. And Hanover will take over not at the 1. And we'll explain that in just a moment. That kick was a line drive kick. It did, I believe, glance off a Monacan player at where they have the football, which is at the 11. They let it down to the 1, and they stopped it there, but it did hit a Monacan Chief. And so Hanover will take over at their own 11. First down, Elrod. Quick pass, open, complete. Across the 15 to the 17. Falls on the completion. And that should be enough for, is it a no? No, it's not enough for a first down. It is a 7-yard gain. Second down and 3. Need 3 to move the chain. Hand it to Rankin up the middle. He's got it and more to the 25-yard line. Rankin, 7 carries tonight. That perhaps his best carry of the night. He's got 25 on the evening and a first down for Hanover at their 25. Approaching the final minute of the third quarter. Ready, snap, Elrod looks through his progressions. Man comes back to him, complete, penalty marker, out of bounds at the 33. Parker Chenault there, but we got a penalty marker, and I think this is coming back on Hanover. So it is holding against Hanover as we expected. Dinwiddie scored one more time for good measure on a punt block, recovered in the end zone. Not a whole lot you can do about that. And it's 69-0 over Denby in the final minutes in Dinwiddie. So the hold on Hanover, and it was made deep in Hanover territory. It's going to make it 1st and 26 all the way back to the 9-yard line. Got to be careful here. Prime opportunity for the Chiefs defense to turn this game on a dime. Elrod flushed out of the pocket. Better hurry. Throws it. Man comes back to him, and he can't quite get it at the 27-yard line. That pass intended for 28, Cody Wickham, who did a good job coming back to try to help his quarterback. But the ball just a little bit high and right. Stops the clock with 36.2 to go in the third. Fourth quarter, Hermitage 14, Highland Springs 9. One final already in, Mills Godwin 14, Clover Hill 7. 2nd and 26 from the 9. Elrod, quick pass, complete. Got one blocker, down to about the 15, now advances to the 20, keeps the pile going to the 21-yard line. McLemore, who has been a beast tonight, gets 12, and a lot of that after the catch. Under 10 seconds to go. It'll be 3rd down and about 14 when we come back for the fourth quarter. 3 in the books tonight at Hanover High School. Monacan 26, Hanover 14. Here live on the RVA Sports Network high school football game of the week. Second final score of the night just in. Goochland Bulldogs defeat Thomas Jefferson. (45-14) is the final score there. So the Bulldogs are 1-0. And the Vikings are 0-1. Thanks to our friends at Goochland Basketball on Twitter for that. Busy day, Goochland tomorrow. They got a big girls volleyball jamboree going on, good part of the day. Obviously, Goochland will be there. Powhatan, Atlee, Henrico, Midlothian among the teams. And, of course, the big volleyball event of early season, the Virginia Volleyball Showcase, coming up next Friday and Saturday at Richmond Volleyball Club. We'll take in some of Friday's action before we have our game of the week in Caroline. And then Saturday, next Saturday, a week from Saturday, we're at Day Field. 17 Randolph-Macon football season underway, trying to defend their ODAC championship. They'll open with Dickinson College, kickoff at 1 o'clock. And, of course, we'll have live updates on Twitter at Hanover Sports throughout that game a week from Saturday. High school first, then college takes over, and then the NFL gets rolling in about 13 days. Third down, we'll call it 15 as we start the fourth quarter with a sack. The pocket collapses, and Elrod goes down back at the 18-yard line. Be a loss of about 3 and a fourth down. So on the fourth down and very long, they have no choice. They're going to have to kick it away. And time beginning to run out, 11:20 and counting. The punt kind of off of Dustin's side of his foot. And it'll be good field position. 1st and 10 for Monacan at the Hanover 42-yard line. Douglas Freeman to 1-0. They have defeated Midlothian tonight. Final score, 41-21. The short punt gives Monacan a short field. (11:13) left in this one. Monacan trying to go to 1-0 and win for the first time in school history against Hanover. First down, swing pass, a lateral to Bridie as he was behind the quarterback, and he gets stopped well behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of about 4 yards on what will go down as a running play. And it'll be second down and about 14. We mentioned on the pregame show, these two teams met every regular season from 2007 to 2010. Hanover won all 4 of those games. They've never met in the postseason. So this is their 5th meeting on all time. And Monacan looking to get their first win. Screen, developing, complete, and good running room. Inside the 40, inside the 30. The 25, and then down to the Hanover 23-yard line. 23-yard reception on the screen. And who else but Isaiah Reeves? He's had a huge night. And Monacan in business just outside the red zone at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10. 10:15 to go. Chiefs trying to get the 3-possession lead back that they had for a while back in the second quarter. Bridie behind Flood in the pistol. The pitch to Corey, left side, cuts up the middle. A penalty marker comes in. And he gets across the 20 to the 19.5-yard line. But we'll stop the clock with 9:56 to go and figure out what just happened. Holding Monacan. And so that will momentarily stall the Monacan progression down the field. And we'll have a first and longer coming up. They're going to put the ball back at the 29, saying the hold occurred at the 19, so it'll be first and 17 for the Chiefs. Up by 12 here early fourth quarter. Crowd has stayed here tonight. Nobody's left yet. Fake the pitch, blitz coming, screen developing complete, and then immediately going down, a loss of yardage on that completion. Great defensive work that time. Adams' first reception of the night will go for a loss of 2. Fludd unofficially 18 of 30 for 284. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And so second and about 20 now. Bridie gets the handoff across the 30 back to the 29, 28-yard line. And another penalty marker coming up. .901 to go. Illegal motion against Monacan. 2 finals just in. Thomas Dale takes care of Cosby tonight, 45-0, the final score there. And it is a final at Murner Field. IC Norcom has knocked off Hopewell, 18-14, the final score tonight. So the Blue Devils are 0-1. Thomas Dale 1-0. They'll be 1-0. LC Bird will be 1-0. Battle of Chester next Friday. After the penalty, Fludd back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Rolling right side. Throwing long. Got 2 men in the end zone. Come up with it. Arturo Mendoza, the intended receiver. There were 2 of them down there all alone. And he wasn't able to get to one of them. So it'll be 4th down and about 16 yards to go. And really, Hanover's got to get this play done, get the ball back, and score relatively quickly. They have 2 timeouts to go. The incompletion stops the clock, advantage Hanover. And Monacan is going to bring Walls in to try a field goal. This is going to be a 44-yard field goal attempt for Luke Walls from the far hash mark. Fludd to hold. Kick is blocked. The kick is blocked, and Hanover will take over at their own 30-yard line. So the Hawks have the ball at their 30, down 26-14 with 8:35 remaining. Officially, they marked the ball at the 31. On first down, Elrod back to pass, looking for McLemore, double coverage, and he caught it! McLemore defies gravity, moving his body around to make the catch and goes out of bounds at the Monacan 41-yard line. Are you kidding me? 28 yards on the reception. Down at the Monacan 42-yard line. And quietly, Tyler Elrod has 220 passing yards tonight. Blitz coming, first down. Elrod has time, throwing long. Got a man, but he overthrows him at the 5. A late push on the receiver, but no flag comes in. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. I love that play call from Coach Stout and company. You get a big play, the jugular, try to catch them off guard. Elrod just put a little too much on that one. Second down. From the pistol at the Monacan 41.5. Elrod, Phipps is coming after him, and Martise will get him at midfield. A big sack for Monacan and a loss of 9. Huge play for Martise Phipps. And now a third down and very long. 9 yards on the sack, and Phipps had a beat on him from moment one. Third down, 19. Screen pass tipped and incomplete. Great play by Tanner Adams defensively to get his hand in and swat the ball away. Beautiful play. Looks like it's 7:34 to go. They are going to kick it away. And a penalty marker on the field. No time elapsed. Offside against Monacan. It just makes it 4th and shorter. It's still 4th and 14. And Dustin will have to kick it away. On the punt from Dustin. Good kick. Takes a Hanover bounce. They'll let it roll all the way down to the 5-yard line. Good job there by Dustin. And Monacan will take over there. Up 26-14, 7:24 left here in the game. Doubleheader coming up next week. Thursday night, Lee Davis at Mills Godwin here exclusively on our YouTube channel. Friday night, we're back on the air on WHAN 102.9 FM and 1430 AM for Patrick Henry at Caroline. 7:15 airtime Thursday night, 6:30 on Friday. 1st and 10 I formation. They give it to Bridey. He'll break some tackles and approach first down yardage down just shy of the 15-yard line. 9-yard gain, and it'll be second down. Monacan there in the shadow of their own end zone just didn't want to do anything stupid. The final up north, James River has fallen tonight 39-14. Second down, just trying to get the first down. And there looks like a fumble on the exchange, but the Chiefs will get on it and lose a yard. And so 3rd down and 2 instead of 2nd and 1. And an important play here for the hopes of Hanover on 3rd down and short. Bridey will get the first down to the 20-yard line. You rely on your beef up front to find you a seam. As the great Gail Sayers always said, give me 18 inches of daylight. That's all I need. And Corey Bridie finds that and a little bit more. They're at the 21. It is 1st and 10. They're in the final 6 minutes at Highland Springs. Hermitage trying to hold on to a 14-9 lead. First down, running play, one tackle broken, now another to the 40, 45, and out of bounds. That is Stone Snyder's first carry of the night, and it's a good one. He'll get 22 yards to the 43-yard line. .536 left, 26-14. Is the friend of Monacan right now. Hanover's got 2 timeouts left, and if this drive goes on much longer, they're going to have to think seriously about using them.
Let's go, dude!
Penalty marker, delay of game against Monacan.
A 5-yard penalty. First and 15.
So you mark off the 5, and it's 1st and 15. Handoff, no gain. That's one branch on the carry. And Caleb Thomas Jones is in to stop him at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 15, but the clock at 5:15 and counting. It's a final on Parham Road. J.R. Tucker to 1-0 as they defeat Caroline tonight. 41-6, the final. Fake to Bridie on the read option. Flood going around right side, gets a block and goes out of bounds at the original line of scrimmage at the 43-yard line. Didn't want to go out of bounds because it stops the clock. That helps Hanover, but he didn't have much choice stringing the play out the way that it was. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. .447 left in the game, as we already are at 9:30 on this Friday night. Flood back to pass, wants to go long, short instead, and it's tipped and almost intercepted. Caleb Thomas Jones gets a hand on it. Great play by him. Make it 4th down and 10. Hanover down 12, wanting to get the football back, and they'll send Walls in to punt. Walls gets it. Good punt. Fair catch called for at the 25-yard line by McLemore. Springs had a touchdown that was going to give them the lead, but it has been called back due to a penalty. And apparently that's the 2nd time tonight that Highland Springs has had a score negated by a flag, and Hermitage still leads 14-9 with 3:30 to go. Here, 4:37 left. .26-14, last best chance maybe for Hanover. Elrod flushed out of the pocket, trying to find somebody, flips it, and complete! Into Monacan territory, it's Candler Falls at the Monacan 42-yard line. 33 yards on the play. And credit Elrod with extending the play to find time to find Falls. Monacan doesn't want another one-possession game. Hanover trying to work fast, save those 2 timeouts. 4:20 to go. Blitz coming. Elrod is able to get it complete to Rankin, and he'll get first down yardage and then go out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down to the Monacan 20-yard line. 22 yards. Martise Phipps on the stop. In 2 plays, they have advanced the football 56 yards. Timeout, Monacan. (26-14) our score. The Hawks not done yet. We'll come out of the timeout. It was officially a officials timeout, as we have a Monacan chief. That's Mendoza down on the far sideline. Officials timeout done. Back to action. Elrod trying to get Falls across the middle and throws it short, incomplete. Second down and 10. .402 left. It's coming. Elrod eludes. Looking downfield. Got a man in the end zone, and it's knocked away at the last second. McLemore got open, and a great play from Isaiah Reeves to get back and knock it away just in the nick of time. Great defensive effort, one-on-one there by Reeves. And it'll be 3rd down and 10. There is a fight in this Hanover team that frankly wasn't in that team a year ago. There's an improvement to begin. Elrod over the middle. Got his man. Complete. 1st and goal, Hanover. Michael Wilcox on the reception. They're going to put him down at the 3-yard line. Time on Monacan's side. Hanover with the momentum. 3:35 to go. Low snap. Elrod, no. Rankin gets it off the ground, and he'll just run for it. And he may get a half a yard, and that's it. Oh, boy. Disaster averted. Got a penalty marker before we get the snap off on the 2nd and goal. Highland Springs just went for it on 4th down and did not convert. Don't know how many timeouts they have left, but Hermitage gets the ball back up 14-9 with 1:42 left in regulation. Penalty is going to be against Monacan. And half the distance to the goal line. They had 12 on the field. You can only have 11. Hanover, second and goal from the 2 with 3:10 to go. If they get a score, it'll be onside kick time. Flag on the field. Gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage and stood up back at the 3-yard line, maybe even closer to the 5. But we stopped the clock at 2:54 to go to get the referee's signal, and likely it will be against Hanover. And a huge time to do that. So after you get half the distance to the goal, you're a little bit inside the 2-yard line. Now you make your own mental error. We'll replay second down, but it'll still be second and goal. Ball rests just inside the 8-yard line. So third down, goal to go. The ball rests at the 8-yard line. Elrod, blitz coming, gets away from one man, throws into the back of the end zone, and it's overthrown, intended for Rankin. And it's incomplete, and Hanover will have to go for it on fourth down. A field goal's not enough. It would only make it a 9-point game, still 2 possessions. .231 left to go. Monacan up 12. And Hanover's got to get it in the end zone. We'll see what the play call is. More importantly, we'll see if Monacan lays back or if they bring the house. There are 6 on the line. They're all coming. Elrod, pass, incomplete. Looking for McLemore, and it did not work. So Monacan takes over on downs at their own 8-yard line. With 2:28 to go, Hanover has 2 timeouts left, and they will likely call them. But a couple of first downs, and this one will be in the books. And a timeout taken by Monacan to talk things over. Congratulations to Huguenot, just in on the Virginia Farm Bureau in-game scoreboard. They defeat Booker T. Washington tonight, 35-6 the final score. And the Falcons are at 1-0. Hermitage has a 4th down and 1. Highland Springs desperately trying to get the ball back in the final minute. Down 14-9. Last time those two teams met in the regular season at Hermitage, Hermitage won by 1. .120 left. The Springers get the ball at their 15. Monacan going to play it close to the vest. Brady gets it, breaks into the open. He'll have a first down and more down to the 29-yard line. 21 yards on that one. down for Monacan. At the 29. Clock now at 2 minutes to go. Nothing much there, just a handoff. Monacan just wants to run out the clock at this point. And Derek Stout will take his final timeout. Final timeout for Hanover, 26-14 Monacan. They need a first down, and that will pretty much wrap it up. So far tonight, Douglas Freeman a winner, Mills Godwin a winner, J.R. Tucker a winner, Thomas Dale big over Cosby, James River loses at River Bend, Hopewell falls at home to Norcom, Goochland beats TJ, Huguenot beats Booker T. Washington. Is in its final minute with Hermitage holding on to a 5-point lead and the Springers trying for a miracle. Here, Monacan 26, Hanover 14, 1:44 to go. 2nd and 12. Handoff to the up man. Scrum ensues to the line of scrimmage. At 1:37 to go, and now Hanover will take their final timeout. My apology, they did have 2 going in, and they did not use 1 earlier. There was an injury timeout, and then Monacan took a timeout. So my apologies on that. Now they are out of timeouts with 1:37. Back with you for 2 more next week, fans. Davis will be at 1-0. Mills Godwin. We go live here on our YouTube channel at 7:15. Friday night, back on the radio on WHAN, 102.9 FM, 1430 AM, on the TuneIn Radio app and the Next Radio app. Patrick Henry at Caroline, 6:30 for the On the Sidelines pregame show, powered by Sheehy Ford of Ashland. Fake the up man, pitch to Bridie, and he'll get out to the 35-yard line, but that is 4 yards short of the first down, and more importantly, Hanover cannot stop the clock. So 4th and 4, and Monacan will let that clock run just as long as they can. Final minute here tonight at Hanover High School. Referees call for a whistle, and I believe, Monacan's taking their last time out. At 48.1 to go in what is going to end up being close to a 3-hour game. As we kicked off at 6:57 tonight, and it's now 9:49. Louisa up big late on Cortland, 41-0. Louisa is going to be a team to watch here in Class 4 this season. With all the emotion of playing their last year for head coach Mark Fisher, who has beaten cancer once, is fighting it again, and has decided to retire after this season. Sometimes those situations happen, and teams don't respond. They're flat. It may be a negative rather than the positive. We hope it's a positive for Louisa this year. They're off to a great start at home tonight. 41-0 over Cortland, under 5 to go. Springers are going backwards. Oh, check that. They're going forwards. Update in a second. Walls will kick it away on 4th down. It'll take a Monacan bounce. They'll let it roll to the 32, and they'll touch it with 37 seconds left to go. A personal foul on Hermitage has put the Springers near the red zone with seconds to go. A touchdown will win it. Hanover with the ball at the 32 with no timeouts and 37 seconds left. Elrod eludes one man, trying to find somebody. Gets it in the air, looking for Falls, and incomplete. Down to 27.4, and it'll be 2nd and 10. It was 20-0 before some fans had gotten their Hawk barbecue and sat down. And a lot of us were thinking, uh-oh. Since then, it's been 14-6 Hanover. It's a young Hawk team, but they're going to make some statements this year. Monacan, they've got some work to do, but they're going to be dangerous again in Class 4. It will certainly help. 2nd and 10. Elrod to pass, eludes one man, needs some help. Flips it to Chenault, complete at midfield and not out of bounds. He is inbounds to the 49-yard line. That is a 19-yard reception. "39 passes tonight for Elrod, 31 for Sy Fludd. And we have a penalty marker on the field at 13 seconds to go. They're going to call intentional grounding. I mean, the game is no longer in doubt. We obviously know that. Not sure where that one came from. So it's a lost and down. The ball is at the 47-yard line. Couple of plays left. Elrod, here's one of them. Going long, 2 men are down there, and he throws it out of bounds as Falls and McLemore both were in the vicinity. And we're down to one play. Barring a defensive penalty, of course. Here's the play. Lifting high in the air for McLemore, and it's out of bounds. Clock reads 2.7 to go. There will be one more play. Hermitage has just intercepted a pass. And it looks like they're going to win at Highland Springs. Elrod lets it fly. And it's intercepted. That'll seal the victory for Monacan as they'll take a knee. And your final score here tonight, Monacan 26 and Hanover 14. So very quickly to tell you, Hermitage intercepts the football in the final seconds with 6.2 seconds left. And it is now officially a final. Hermitage Panthers held on. The defense, 7 returning starters, make the difference. 14-9 is your final score. And Mateo Jackson, a lot of college offers in the last few months, with a huge interception to save the day. 14-9 the final. Hermitage to 1-0. Highland Springs now 0-1. Here tonight, Monacan gets a win. I suspect they are not happy about how it all came down after how well they played early, jumping out to the 20-0 lead, and then Hanover bouncing back to score 11 unanswered before halftime. A field goal to start the third quarter, and then a final touchdown to make it a 2-possession game. But then Monacan had chances to blow it out and pull it away. They couldn't do it. They had to hold off a very game Hanover team. And your final score is 26-14. Unofficially tonight for Sy Fludd, 18 of 31. 184 yards passing, 1 TD. Has 3 touchdown runs tonight. .28 yards in the second half. He rushed for 126 and he caught 51. First time out, Tyler Elrod in 2017. 2 of 41 for 309 yards, a TD. So Monacan goes to 1-0 on the season, has a game in hand in the playoff race now over Hanover for Region B, who moved to 0-1. They have a bye week, and then they go to Massaponax. Doesn't get any easier for this young Hawk squad. They go to Massaponax from tonight. Fans, thanks so much for being with us here on the RVA Sports Network High School Football Game of the Week. Another doubleheader week next week. On Thursday night, we're live at Mills Godwin as they will host Lee Davis, coming off a big win tonight over Clover Hill on the road. That begins on Thursday at 7:15 on our YouTube channel. And then on Friday night, we're back on WHAN Radio, 102.9 FM and 1430 AM, along live here on RVASN at Caroline as they will take on Patrick Henry. First game for new head coach Keith Braxton will start at 6:30 next Friday night with the On the Sidelines pregame show powered by Sheehy Ford of Ashland. Also, a big thank you to Virginia Farm Bureau for sponsoring our in-game scoreboard to keep you updated all night tonight. We're back at 11:35 for our first live Football Friday podcast. On our YouTube channel, join us then. Tonight's coverage of high school football and exclusive presentation of RVA Sports Network intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any other use of tonight's games broadcast without the express written consent of HCS Media LLC is strictly prohibited. 14, Monacan with the win. We bid you good night from Hanover High School, and we'll talk to you at 11:35 tonight.